大家好，我是 Oliver Down. So have you ever thought about MSG and you wonder whether it's good for you or bad for you, and you don't know exactly how bad it is for you? Well, in this video, we're going to discuss the science of MSG and how it affects the body. So monosodium glutamate is what is the long form of MSG. It's basically sodium, which you know is the mineral that we all need, and glutamate or glutamic acid. And that is an amino acid that your body actually has an abundance of. We can also find a lot of this in common foods like mushrooms, cheese, meat, seaweed, and tomatoes. And so your body produces a lot of this as well, so that your body actually has neurotransmitters that's mostly containing glutamate. So there are 5 basic tastes that we all have, and that's basically sweet, sour, bitter, salty, and savory, also known as umami. And that umami taste is what makes things taste meaty or very full-bodied, and that's actually due to the amino acid glutamate. And so when you eat this glutamate, you're actually feeling like this tastes really, really good. And it's a little bit savory, a little bit salty, but not salty specifically. When you eat this at a very early age, or even when you eat abundance of this, you might have a preference for eating protein, and that makes you actually a little bit more receptive to MSG's effects. So you may have heard that eating too much MSG might cause you to have symptoms such as headache or weakness, maybe some numbness in the back of the neck that radiates to your arm and back. Well, these are symptoms that people are afraid of when they're thinking of eating MSG. Now, what do the studies actually show? Well, in animal studies, when they've tested MSG on mice and monkeys, showed there were some neurotoxins involved, brain damage. And that's because what they did was they injected into the mice and to the monkey's brain MSG of large doses. We're talking about over 3 grams of MSG, right directly into the brain. Now, this study showed that they caused brain damage. However, humans don't actually eat MSG this way. When we eat MSG, usually in food as an additive, it actually gets to your digestive system, and then your bloodstream absorbs the MSG, where then it actually gets circulated. Now, there is such a thing called your blood-brain barrier that actually blocks a lot of things in your bloodstream from reaching your brain. It's very, very sensitive. MSG does not cross this blood-brain barrier. And so when they've actually done studies on humans, short-term and long-term studies on MSG, normal consumption of it, less than 3 grams, there actually have been no evidence, and they've done many, many studies of any adverse side effects. So in conclusion, guys, I just want you guys to understand that injecting MSG into your brain directly probably is not a good idea. But if you're going to eat it, it's probably safe. Now, this also is a misconception that I've previously had. I actually thought MSG was quite bad for you, and I've been telling people to stay off of it. But in light of all the evidence, I've actually had to change my mind. And it wasn't easy for me to also consider that I was wrong. But based on the evidence, I do believe that it is safe because there have been a lot of studies done on this. So much that I actually do believe that it is now probably safe to consume within reasonable amounts, which is usually less than 3 grams per day. That's it, guys. I hope you found that useful. Like always, please leave any questions or comments below, and I'll see you next time.